Teachers, dogs, and last-minute laws. You see what we did there? A little Dr. Seuss thing? Yeah. Time for the fastest 4 minutes in TV news with Fox 4.
You've been playing that all day.
The Fox 4 with Ben Ferguson. Ben's on WBAP News Talk Radio, 8:20 a.m. every weekday morning. And yes, Ben, I'm still a grandpa.
I like it.
Thank you.
You're finally starting to embrace it. It only took you a week.
I'm embracing it. All right, Ben, let's get going. The Texas House has until midnight tomorrow night to approve a couple of bills related to gay marriage. One would protect pastors and priests from being forced to perform gay marriages.
Yeah.
The second, HB Bill 4105, would keep local governments and state governments from recognizing gay marriages, no matter what the Supreme Court decides this summer. Where's this headed?
Well, it's going to be a big fight, and I think the Texas legislature is smart. They're saying we got to preemptively get involved here to protect pastors specifically, that they're not forced into marrying people that go against their religious beliefs, and they shouldn't be forced into that. This whole issue comes down to an issue of respect. Can you respectfully disagree with the gay, lesbian, transgender, and bisexual community when you are a pastor? The answer should be yes. The same way that pastors saying, look, I can respect you, but I shouldn't be forced to officiate your wedding. And so what they're doing in Austin is pretty simple. They're saying, look, we don't meet every year. We meet every other year. We have to preemptively put things in place, assuming that the Supreme Court is probably going to come down and quite possibly could legalize gay marriage all over the country.
Yeah, but this, no matter what the Supreme Court says, decides, I mean, is that
Well, it goes
legitimate?
back to the issue of, do you believe in states' rights or not? And I think what Austin is saying is the Supreme Court may be overreaching here and not giving these pastors and people in certain states the right to do what they want to do. The other thing is this. In Texas, overwhelmingly, people that have been voting on this issue have said they want marriage defined between one man and one woman. If the Supreme Court overrules that, does that mean that a private business, for example, should not be forced into baking a cake for a wedding or running a venue for a gay wedding if it goes against their religious beliefs? Those are two totally different issues, and I think that's what Austin's saying is, hey, we may get a ruling, but we still are going to protect individuals and pastors' rights in this state.
All right, DISD substitute teacher, you saw the story tonight.
I love the part he saw it at a bar. That may be the quote of the week.
It's been interesting, the feedback on social media. Some people, you know, are down on the teacher. He even admitted he probably should have got fired.
Yeah. He should have been fired,
yeah.
but he does have a very valid point, and that is this. There are many schools like this one that are totally out of control, and the teachers do not have the power to do what they need to do in the classroom. And we have these schools that unfortunately have become just keep passing them on, just keep moving them through the system. He even said there's nothing that teachers can do, and we hear this from teachers all the time, especially at the junior high to high school level, where they say the kids are running the classroom. And from that video, yes, he lost his cool, but you got to look at the lack of respect. There is zero respect for these teachers. There is even less respect for substitutes because they know they can walk over them, and all it is basically childcare or a babysitter. And I think he has a point here that he's making it, this is totally out of control.
All right, probably not the poster child for the
no,
best teacher
definitely
ever,
not.
Should the student have any responsibility, or was this teacher just completely over the edge?
Well, I think the teacher was over the edge, but I do think there is some responsibility with this antagonizing of this teacher. And when did we allow these kids to have their cell phones out in the classrooms filming and taunting a teacher? Can someone answer that? Because the last I checked, they're not supposed to have cell phones. Yet, did you notice how many kids in that classroom had a cell phone? They're talking on their cell phones, texting on their cell phones. And here's the big thing. The administration has completely lost control of high school kids in our public schools.
It's a fight the teachers don't want to have, I think.
No.
10-year-old boy is about to be charged with beating this small dog to death with a stick. Dog's owner tonight on the news candidly said she's not so much worried about him being punished. She wants him to get help, wants to make sure he gets help.
10-year-olds don't do this on their own.
Yeah, is our justice system good at that? Our juvenile system good at getting him the kind of help he needs?
I've been saying this for a long time. When you have a 10-year-old that commits a crime like this, you have to go talk to those parents. And I think those parents should be held accountable. And I'm glad that Child Services, Protective Services is being brought in here, because they should be. A 10-year-old kid doesn't go out on his own and do something that heinous without learning it somewhere. And you've got to wonder what was going on in that child's house. And I think the parent should be held more accountable in our legal system than the child should be, because this is a 10-year-old. This is not a 15 or 16 or 17-year-old. This is a 10-year-old child, and they learn this behavior probably in their home.
Yeah, not absolutely. It's not always based on the home, but
10 years old?
Yeah.
How many 10-year-olds do you know go out and beat a dog to death?
None. All right.
That's my point.
All right, Ben. Thank you. You can
Thanks.
listen to Ben every weekday morning, 8:20 a.m., WBAP. The Ben Ferguson Show is on every weekday, 9 to 11. You can follow him on Twitter. He's at Ben Ferguson Show. Again, Ben, thanks.
Thanks, man.